Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Eiyuden Chronicle. We are going to head to the Dappled Forest. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, where is the library? I don't see it here, so I assume it's going to be inside the castle. I don't remember seeing it around. I do have some runes that I need to equip, but I will do that. Yeah, this is just the infirmary. Maybe it's back here. Nope. I don't think it's here. Nope. And it's not that room over there. Alright, so up we go. Here it is. If you make noise in the library, I'll throw you out. Wow. Please be quiet in the library. That's a nice library. Okay, using the library. You can peruse a few different resources in the library. Enemy guide, info on defeated enemies. Fish guide, info on caught fish. Old books, give to Mariette to be able to read them. Ah, we can see the fish. Alright.
Wow, this looks like a good one. I'll add it to the collection right away.
Thanks. Donated 6 old books.
Welcome.
Alright, read book, enemy guide. Oh, there are enemies that we have... Okay, so it's not in order, though. Enemy list. So Plant Vine, Grim County, they do drop Plant Vine tops. A botanic monster that inhabits grassland, usually lurks in burrows with only the twin leaves of its head visible. Timid, rarely attacks humans. Sahagin, Euchris, weak to wind, they are weak to fire. They drop runes of water and Sahagin tops. An aquatic monster, half fish and half beast, that inhabits shore areas. Arms are unusually strong and well-developed. Apparently a poor swimmer. That is definitely not what Sahagins are in D&D. Sea Slater, coastal cave, weak to wind. An arthropod monster that inhabits damp shore caves. Rustles about the rocks and licks moss and seaweed. Many humans find it repulsive. I would be one of those. Shell octopus, water begoma, coastal cave, weak to wind. Mollusk monster that inhabits rocky coastal areas, usually hides inside tough shells, spits ink to blind its enemies. Wandering golem, northern rune barrows, weak to smash. Type of rune golem sighted in the northern barrows, small and weak, attacks by charging, but has bad balance, covered in moss. Huge mite, northern forest, they drop the huge mite top. Weak to smash. An arthropod monster that inhabits damp, vegetated areas. Viciously attacks and swarms to suck the blood out of its prey. Golem cleaner. Topaz ring, topaz brooch. Proving grounds. Weak to smash. Type of rune golem seen in rune barrows. Fires a powerful destructive beam to clean up broken golems and intruders. Golem cleaner. Northern rune barrows. Weak to smash. A type of rune golem sighted in northern barrows, etc., etc., covered in moss. So I'm guessing that there's going to be a second Wandering Golem. Ether Slime, Abandoned Mine, Rune of Water, weak to slash. Monster that inhabits tunnels and caves, dissolves and absorbs anything that crosses its path. It vibrates its body to boost its resistance to magic. Ancient Seed. And I think that these are actual drawings, not 3D renderings. The Greatwood, weak to fire, rune of conservation, key item. A botanic monster that inhabits deep forests, uses its 2 claws and huge mouth and teeth to prey on even large organisms. Those are not teeth super well designed for preying on things. Well, they're incisors, which are good for cutting. But you'd expect some more sharp ones, too. Eggfoot, regular egg and promising egg around headquarters, weak to slash. An egg-type monster that inhabits grassland and forest. Domesticated eggfoots are traded for races, drops regular eggs. Shell egg, they drop regular eggs. Grim County, weak to slash. A subspecies of eggfoot that inhabits grasslands and forests, unlike regular eggfoots. This variant grows to adulthood with its shell attached. Seems kind of bad, actually. Lizard, Grim County Lizard Top. Weak to slash, a reptilian monster that inhabits grassland, savagely bites at any opportunity, does not take damage while hiding underground. Forest Lizard, the Greatwood. Weak to fire, doesn't drop anything. Subspecies of lizard that inhabits the Greatwood, savagely bites at any opportunity, does not take damage while hiding underground. Hatchling Cockatrice, Mountain Path Homeward. Cockatrice Hatchling Top, Healing Herb, weak to pierce. A flying monster that inhabits mountains and forests. Still juvenile and cannot fly properly, and may call parents when threatened. Strange Bird, Rune of Wind. Bounty Hill, and weak to pierce. A subspecies of cockatrice that inhabits forests. Still juvenile and cannot fly properly. May call parents when threatened. Wild Boar. Rune of Faint Thrust, Wild Boar, Top, Red Throat Ridge, weak to slash, beast monster that inhabits mountains. Vigilante groups are often formed to eradicate this crop-ravaging omnivore, perilous to confront head-on. You know, unless, of course, you're overleveled. Forest Eater, Northern Forest, Revival Medicine, weak to fire, a botanic monster that inhabits forests. Launches surprise attacks from above by swinging down on threads. Captured prey is hauled up to the canopy. Hellhound, the Greatwood, Hellhound Top, Fire Weakness. A beast monster that inhabits the Greatwood savages its prey with its razor-sharp claws and fangs. I wish I understood the ordering here. I would probably alphabetize it or order it in, like, when you're going to encounter them. Rabbit Wizard, Revival Medicine, Northern Forest, weak to fire, subspecies of rabbit found all over the continent. The Rabbit Wizard is proficient in magic and provides rear-guard support. They are adorable. Okay, so the hero appears to be the highest of the combat rabbits. Rune of Power, Rune of Mighty Power, the Greatwood. Type of rabbit found all over the continent. These rabbits in their black armor are the highest form of night rabbit and are everyone's hero. Neat. Rabbit Lancer, Anti-Venom Herb, Rune of Power. Weak to light. Type of rabbit found all over the continent. The Rabbit Lancer, handy with a lance, is an aggressive, higher form of a night rabbit. Rabbit Knight, Healing Herb, Rabbit Knight Top, found all over the continent. The rabbit have clever hands and make all kinds of things for themselves. Hraesvelgr. They do drop the Hraesvelgr Top. A flying monster that inhabits Red Throat Ridge, kicks its prey with its powerful legs. They have Runes of Magic, Rabbit Mage Top, and Healing Herbs, a type of rabbit found all over the continent. The Rabbit Mage is a veteran magician's, with stronger magic than that of a Rabbit Wizard. Rabbit Archwitch. They're pretty adorable, and also, I thought they had a bit of a motorcycle thing going on, and now I'm glad to see that they do. They're adorable. Rune of Magic, Rune of High Magic. Continent-wide rabbit species and is the highest form of Rabbit Wizard. The Rabbit Archwitch is an advanced magician capable of riding a broomstick. But where are the rabbit bards and rabbit priests and rabbit rogues? Right, Bear Rider. Rune of Power Smash, Bear Rider Top. Subspecies of Rabbit Knight found all over the continent. Commands a bear as an apprentice beast tamer. Calls its fellows using a flute. Shadow Unicorn, Rune of Sidewinder. Weak to light, a beast monster that inhabits the area around the proving grounds, has a habit of shooting its horn at travelers. They're adorable, too. Sky Sawhagen, Rune of Skill, Wind Megoma. A subspecies of Sawhagen that inhabits the Greatwood, swoops down to attack. Wyvern, Rune of Fire, Wyvern. Reptilian monster that inhabits grassland. Its atrophied wings are too feeble for flying, belches fire, and beats its wings to produce shockwaves. Death Tracker, reptilian monster that inhabits tunnels, discharges toxic gas from its body to protect itself from enemies. Land Octopus, a molluscoid monster that inhabits tunnels, usually hides inside a hard shell, throws stones to intimidate enemies. Titan Slug, a molluscoid monster that inhabits tunnels, preys on humans, rabbits, and Sawhagen by spewing corrosive digestive juices over them. Yellow Slime, quality healing herb. Barrow-dwelling ether slime subspecies dissolves and absorbs anything that crosses its path, can vibrate its body to boost its resistance to magic. Grimoid, a slime monster that inhabits shore areas, attacks by spewing venom. Spy Orb. Okay. Type of rune golem sighted in the Northern Barrows, only a weak scout, but will attack intruders inside the barrows covered in moss. Only a weak scout, but will attack intruders inside the barrows. Yes, it's not that weak. Man-Eater. Material Dungeon Forest. I think that's referring to the Dappled Forest. Subspecies of Carcass Eater that inhabits forests. Seizes prey with its sharp pincers. If this pest proliferates, it devours all surrounding fauna. And Carcass Eater, a monster that inhabits grassland and tunnels, seizes prey with its sharp pincers. If this pest proliferates, it devours all surrounding fauna. Bloodleech, Sunstone Ring, Material Dungeon Forest. A worm-like monster that inhabits forests, whirls as it leaps to latch on its prey and feasts on its blood. Gourmand Bat. Oh my god, I never noticed the knife and fork. A subspecies of angry bat that inhabits forests, enjoys feeding on ripe fruit, may attack humans when startled. So this one says Bounty Hill, which is weird. Tunnel small flying monster, huh? Generally has a timid disposition and feeds on insects and small animals, but angrily attacks any humans it sees. Hard Knock. Type of rune golem seen in the rune barrows, beats intruders to death with arms, very rudely. Greed Toy. Magic drops. An unloved, abandoned plushie come to life after absorbing rune lens shards in the barrows. Imperial Soldier Bow. An archer of the Galdean Empire, equipped with a standard bow. Spearman of the Galdean Empire, equipped with a standard spear. Imperial Soldier Sword. Regular Galdean Soldier, equipped with a standard one-handed sword. Zabi. The advisor of Kogan's band, which Noah and his party was asked to go and subdue after a raid at AuldDragon. Euthus. Vanguard captain of Kogan's band, which Noah and his party were asked to go and subdue after a raid at AuldDragon. Kogan. The leader of Kogan's band, which Noah and his party, etc., etc. Lapopo. A creature who likes digging into the ground to eat its favorite potatoes. Occasionally it unearths plant vine while pursuing its culinary delights. Thief Bow, one of the thieves who run rampant all over Alrun. Same thing for the Thief Knife, and that's it. Okay, so it seems to indicate that I have missed an enemy. So, Golem Pulverizer, we'll just check these guys out first. Large rune golem sighted at the Northern Barrows, capable of delivering devastating blows with its immense arms, runs on energy from a rune lens. Nerthus, beast monster that inhabits Red Throat Ridge, hides in holes to ambush unsuspecting humans, and carries its plunder back to its lair. I wish I could have gotten its plunder. Astrea the Judge. Rune of Light, cute ribbon. Weak to dark. A mysterious monster that appeared at the Proving Grounds. Controls the rune golems that protect the barrows and subjects intruders to a final test. I really liked that enemy. That was a pretty cool one. Purstvine. A covert operative under Dukes Aldrich's direct command. Frequently opposes Noah as a recurring adversary. Well, luckily he's dead now. Narengard. Mysterious woman aiding Dukes Aldrich. Utilizes a rune lens power for teleportation and summoning, a masked member of the Conclave of the Dawn. Okay, so I did miss an enemy here, huh? What did I miss? Is this going by more than one? Oh, yeah, I think it is. Cactus Predator. Botanic monster that inhabits swamps and rocky ridges, scatters poisonous spikes to protect itself from enemies. Oh, alright. Killer Fungus. A botanic monster that inhabits swamps and the Greatwood, defends itself from enemies using its toxic spores. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are going by more than one screen. Army Beetle. Grassland monster attacks humans with its formidable jaws. Males fight each other with their prized horns for dominance, and that's the last one. Alright, that's what we've encountered so far. Fish guide. Okay, iron carp. Total number caught 1. Rarity 1 star. Carp with extraordinarily hard scales shields itself from larger predatory fish by armoring its body with metallic riverbed debris. Its metal armor hinders its ability to swim. Tiger loach. An aggressive loach with tiger-like stripes. Its mouth resembles a steel trap, always traveling in schools. It keenly seeks out blood and gangs up on small fish. Fruitigill. A gill that feeds primarily on fruit. Eats holes in fruits that float downstream. Flavor can be sweet or tart, reflecting the flavor of the fruit consumed. Shovel lobster, a crayfish with prominently curved claws. Skillfully uses its claws to dig a burrow, to which it transports prey for consumption. The burrows are sometimes stolen by other shovel crayfish. Porter chub. Okay, so these are probably in order of, well, no, maybe not. I was thinking maybe they're in order of rarity, but I don't know. A chub that carries a nest on its back uses any kind of river debris to build its nest. Nests built of fruit may be consumed by fruitigills. Its flesh is sweet with a subtle fruity aroma. Melon sweetfish. A sweetfish with a melon-like flavor, primarily consumes melons that drift down from upstream melon groves, popular as a bar snack. How can there really be that many fish that eat fruit? Hammerhead bass. Okay, that is not exactly what I expected it to look like. A bass with a hammer-shaped head smashes small fish with its hammer-like head and feeds upon them. Occasionally gets its head trapped between rocks when swinging it to stun small fish. It's a 3-star rarity. So is the webclaw turtle, and I've got 5 of them. A pond slider with a net-like webbing on its claws uses the nets on its claws to catch small fish, occasionally snags larger fish, which results in the turtle being carried away. Drill turtle. A soft-shell turtle that evolved a head that rotates with ease, bites prey with its sturdy teeth, then rotates its head to tear chunks away. Its neck skin hangs loose at rest and twists like a wrung cloth when the head rotates. Fountain minnow. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not in order of rarity. A minnow that spits balls of water, strikes insects in midair or on foliage to knock them into the water to eat. Its poor eyesight restricts it to targeting fireflies at night. Seems not very, well evolved. A flat snakehead, which is 3 stars. A snakehead that can store lightning in its body. Holds its tail above the water on stormy days and waits for lightning to strike. Emits light from its body to attract small fish for predation. Okay, that's the ones that we've caught. And old books. Alright, History of the Kingdom of Euchris. The Kingdom of Euchris is said to have been founded by King Dias Sharius in solar year 565. Dias Sharius reputedly hailed from a line of wealthy merchants, and while some sources snidely suggest he purchased the throne, none doubt that his skill in unifying various small nations, factions, and races was significant. The name Euchris was drawn from that of an ancient realm held to have existed in the same lands. In crowning himself king and establishing the House of Lords, Dias Sharius sought to stabilize the nation. Euchris has always kept a policy of friendly relations with its neighbors, limiting the size of its standing army to avoid posing a threat, and hiring mercenaries as needed. Yet the power of the House of Lords grew too great, and during the reign of the third ruler, King Altasharius, the power of the crown waned, and corruption among the nobility grew conspicuous. When the fifth ruler, Queen Sasha Sharius, was crowned, she consolidated the crown's power by deposing several powerful lords with the aid of Roy Land, the chief of her army. In solar year 638, the capital, Hishan, was destroyed by a terrible flood, leaving it nearly utterly drowned. Amid the devastation, King Yul Sharius abandoned the old city and rebuilt Hishan again. His remarkable feat is remembered in lore as the Miracle of Hishan. Oops. Nope. Alright, Chronicles of Noristar. In solar year 527, Frestia Fury founded the monarchy of Noristar. Its history is rife with warfare. Solar year 545, the nation of Canaan, ruled by the Dragon Newts. Have have we just gone to Dragon Pass? Sparked the Kanani Noristar War, claiming that the territory had always belonged to Kennen. At the start of the war, Kennen had the upper hand, yet Max Kellen, a lowly lieutenant, managed to salvage the bulk of Noristari forces in a heroic effort. Ascending rapidly to the rank of general, Max Kellen turned the tide of the war and brought an end to the conflict. In Noristar, his name is still venerated, and many children are named in his honor. In solar year 562, an invasion of Noristar by the Galdean Empire was thwarted when King Estaruk led his forces to repel the attackers. Estark? Perceiving the Galdean threat even after the war's end, King Estaruk sought to unite with Euchris and even Noristar's former enemy, Kenan, forming the League of Nations centered around these three powers. A second Imperial invasion in solar year 582 was repelled owing to the League's high morale. However, in solar year 590, territorial disputes erupted again between Noristar and Kenan, leading to Kenan temporarily withdrawing from the League of Nations. Further strife ensued in solar year 619, when the Galdeans launched a third invasion. This time, the Empire invaded both Noristar and Euchris, gaining temporary control over Noristar and even advancing into Kenan. However, a food crisis caused by disaster in the Empire led them to withdraw their forces. Treatises on Kenan. The realm of Kenan was founded in solar year 320. Legends tell of how the sun was stolen by a dragon, and King Sero and his warriors waged battle on it for 70 days. While the dragon was defeated, King Sero himself perished. It is said that warrior Vans, a close friend of Sero, returned with Sero's sword and founded the kingdom of Kenan. Kenan first appears in lore books around solar year 520. Really? Then how do we know it was founded in 320? When King Varsus ascended to the throne. At that time, most dragon newts regarded other races as inferior and contemptible, but Varsus advised against this, encouraging diplomacy with other nations. Kenan subsequently saw internal conflict between those advocating peaceful coexistence with other nations and those demanding a proud isolation. In solar year 562, Kenan declared a war on the Noristari, claiming that their land was originally Kanani, and that they were defiling it. The war ended in defeat for Kenan, and Vilmoria was exiled with broken horns. Vilmoria's successor, Shubat-Ziar, decided to rejoin the League of Nations. Subsequently, thanks to stronger economic ties with the other nations, the number of isolationists gradually diminished. However, the phrase proud isolation never fell out of use among dragon newts. Solar year 590, Kenan left the League of Nations, but was in conflict in solar year 619 due to the southward advance of the Galdean Empire. Ultimate body conditioning for ultimate magic. Today's ultimate training regimen 1. Squats 20 reps, push-ups 20 reps, sit-ups for abs 20 reps, back extension for back muscles 20 reps, incantation training for all situations 10 reps. This routine is one set. Do 5 sets morning and evening, and noon 2 if possible. Grow muscles while taught. The ultimate magic springs from the ultimate body. The ultimate body can overcome any calamity. Believe in yourself because results are waiting on the other side. Persistence yields results. Let's crush it again tomorrow. Today's ultimate training regimen 2. Light aerobic exercise, torso twists, focus on hips, back extension for underarm, mouth and throat strengthening for smooth incantation. Even the journey towards the ultimate body needs some downtime. Here's an off-day menu to refine those muscles. Your diet should also include a steamed chicken breast, raw vegetable salad with boiled eggs, boiled soybeans with cheese, unsweetened yogurt, and milk with a protein supplement. Get all that inside you. Fine muscles make refined muscle points, which make the ultimate magic. Persistence yields results. Let's crush it again tomorrow. That is weird. Allran, a gastronomic odyssey. Chenrock tea. Chenrock tea is a luxurious beverage favored by Eastreach dignitaries and nobility, and fetches a high price as a market commodity. Legend has it that a black dragon fell in love with a solitary farmer living in the Rocky Mountains. When the dragon returned to heaven, the leaves that sprouted from its fallen tears brewed a tea with a fragrance as sweet as honey. KF Crispies, a B-rank gourmet delight currently popular in Aronside. When Periel, Countess of Grum, visited Aronside Village when it was the campsite of the Empire and League's joint Barrows exploration expedition, even she raved about this herb chicken. Fried to crispy perfection using a secret technique, it's now being promoted as a local specialty. This is not an old book, that's for sure. It says old book up at the top. This is not an old book. Mysterious tablet. Maybe it got prematurely aged. It saw a ghost. A stone tablet bearing an ancient script that reads, "Collect it and it shall revive." Discovered deep in the barrows of an ancient civilization, the tablet sat in the hoard of a wealthy collector until it was discovered by Dr. Cork, who saw the mysterious pictures on it, launched into a lecture on Begoma legends, and had the tablet handed over almost forcefully. The tablet seems to describe secrets about ancient Begoma, but the mystery remains unsolved. Okay.
Come by anytime.
Well, that's been a lot of reading. That is literally almost the end of the episode. Alright, so let's get down to the Dappled Forest. I did plan to go there first, but then I decided, you know what, let's check this out first. And then there was a lot more reading to do. But it's fine. This will give me an opportunity to get down here, find out on screen whether we can actually get what we need here yet, which we should be able to.
I just hate resorting to violence.
Specifically, we'll find out if we can advance further into the forest, or if it's just like any enemies there. This place gives me the creeps. Be careful. You used to live here. Okay, 10 lumber. I think that's up from 7.
Where's the child?
I don't really care about lumber, though.
Yeah, got him.
Good. The easier, the better.
Might as well collect up these. I can always sell them for fundage. Alright, are you cleared? Yeah, no, you're not. Oh wait, no, yes you are.
This shouldn't be hard. Last one.
And stay the hell down! Oh, excuse
Alright, let's talk to the guard and then we'll wrap it up. Recon of the middle of the forest is complete. Go on ahead. Okay, middle of the forest, so there's going to be a limit to how far we can go. Alright, understood. You know, I can do recon too, you know. I'm physically capable of it. Alright, but when we come back next time, we'll go ahead and explore the Dappled Forest some more. See you next time, everyone.